Look at a map of global trade, and one tiny strip of water immediately stands out: the Strait of Malacca. 25% of all goods moving around the world have to squeeze through this exact corridor. For China, this specific route is a massive vulnerability. The vast majority of their oil imports travel from the Middle East straight through this narrow funnel. Military strategists call this the Malacca dilemma. If a rival power ever blocked this entrance, China's economy would grind to a halt, their factories would freeze, and their military would run out of fuel. Now look at India. They sit right next to this massive flow of wealth, yet they actively lose money to it. Because India lacks the infrastructure to process megaships, they pay foreign ports like Singapore or Colombo, Sri Lanka, to handle their cargo. Whoever controls the entrance to the strait commands enormous leverage over global shipping. Right now, India is missing out on that power entirely. The solution to that problem lies here: Great Nicobar Island, an isolated, heavily forested piece of land anchored directly at the western edge of the Malacca Strait. The geography is almost too perfect. Great Nicobar sits exactly 90 kilometers from Indonesia. From this coastline, you have a direct line of sight over nearly every vessel entering or exiting the Indian Ocean. For decades, it has remained largely untouched. Now, India is launching a multi-billion-dollar megaproject to turn this remote jungle into a strategic stronghold. By developing this territory, India creates a permanent presence at the very mouth of the strait, establishing a level of oversight it has never had before. To understand the sheer ambition of the Great Nicobar Project, you have to look at what they are attempting to build over raw, dense rainforest. The crown jewel is an enormous international container transshipment port placed right at Galathea Bay. Right beside it, the government is clearing land for a massive greenfield international airport. You can't run facilities of that size without a small army of people, so the plans include a dedicated power plant and an entirely new township built from scratch to house 350,000 new residents. The immediate goal here is strictly economic. India wants to stop paying foreign countries to handle its freight and start capturing the billions in logistics revenue that sail past its shores every single day. This infrastructure gives them the physical capacity to process global cargo, moving India from a passive participant in maritime trade to a dominant regional hub. While the project is sold as a commercial hub, the island is being built with significant strategic teeth. India already operates the Andaman and Nicobar Command. It is the country's only tri-services military base, integrating the Army, Navy, and Air Force into one unified unit. Armed vessels already patrol these waters, keeping a close watch on the western approach to the strait. The massive new port and runway are dual-use assets, designed so that civilian logistics can immediately provide the fuel, supplies, and heavy lift capacity needed for rapid military deployment. This loops exactly back to China's Malacca dilemma. From this new base, India will have the ability to track every single barrel of oil and every piece of cargo moving into Chinese waters. If a conflict ever breaks out, India will already have the positioning, the radar, and the firepower to sever China's most vital supply line. Even with the billions of dollars allocated and environmental clearances slowly being granted, moving building materials and labor to an island this remote is a logistical nightmare, and the geography carries its own deadly irony. Great Nicobar sits in a highly active seismic zone. Any infrastructure built here faces the constant, severe threat of earthquakes and tsunamis. India is positioning Great Nicobar to function as both a gateway for its domestic trade and a military shield for the entire region. As the blueprints move into active construction phases through 2025 and 2026, the entire region is scrutinizing every development. In the coming decades, the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific won't be decided in Washington or Beijing. It will be decided right here,